Hello, Chant Elementary first and second graders. It's Miss Jenny in English Language Development, and I'm so glad to be here with you guys today for week 3 of our Healthy Living Unit. And over the past 2 weeks, we've talked about how to keep our bodies healthy through exercise, so that's a check, and through eating healthy food, fruits and vegetables and protein, nuts and cheese and dairy to make our muscles and our bones strong and to give us energy. So this week is actually super important because it's one of the things that we're going to talk about to keep our bodies healthy is how to keep from getting sick. So don't get sick and you'll keep your body healthy. And it's even more important because, as you know, we're not in school together, which makes us teachers so sad. But the reason that we're not in school is because we're super worried or concerned that we might get people sick. We might give each other a virus. And this virus has been making people really, really sick all around the world and our country. And so by staying home and keeping in our homes and not going out a lot, we have been hopefully keeping this virus from spreading. But there are lots of other things that you can do to keep your body healthy and not get sick. And so we're going to learn about those today. And then our second and third goal is that we're going to be able to give advice to others about how to not get sick and share that through building some sentences and using our vocabulary. So are you ready to get started? Awesome. The first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to do a little sound off, and it's just one verse, and I think you'll really like it. It goes to that sound off chant, and it's just about ways to keep our bodies from getting sick, and it'll introduce some of the vocabulary that we're going to use today. All right, are you ready for the chant? Awesome, here we go. Wear a jacket when it's cold. Wash your hands before you eat. Use a tissue when you sneeze. Drink water when you're thirsty. Stay safe. Stay clean. Healthy. Living. Nice job. And we'll do that again at the end, I hope, so that you can have a chance to hear that chant again. Great. So to get started, we're going to look at some ways and some pictures for how you can keep your body from getting sick. Okay. And the first one might be in the first line of our chant. But here you go. Here's a picture that I want you to look at. And you can see that the girl in the picture is kind of a little bit, she's shaking. And then next to it is a jacket, or a coat is another word. So this one is about making sure that you wear a coat when it's cold outside. And that will keep your body healthy. I know a lot of times Miss Murray and I, when we have kids line up for ELD when we're at school, the kids come to us and they're not wearing a coat or a jacket and they stand in line and they're shivering. So we have to remind them, you need to wear a jacket so you can keep from getting sick, right? Okay, here's jacket. The next one is a person who is drinking from a water bottle, right? So drinking water, and we can get back to, go back to last week when we talked about eating and drinking foods that are healthy. Water is one of the best ways that you can make your body healthy. Drinking water hydrates you. Can you say that word? Hydrate. Good. Hydrate. Hydrate means you're giving your body water. And hydration is super important, especially if it's hot and you've been exercising outside. So yes, or inside. All right, the next one. A chew. So covering your sneeze with a tissue or covering your cough with an elbow or putting it inside your shirt is a good way to keep others from getting sick if you have a cough or a cold, right? So that goes to our tissue box. Use a tissue, okay? The next picture, I think you'll get what this is. It is a sink, and you can see that the person has on their hands lots of bubbles and a bar of, yeah, you're right, soap, a bar of soap. So this is wash your hands. That's a really important way to keep our bodies clean and healthy. And then the last one is, you can see instead of someone's hands, there's some vegetables and fruit. I think grapes and a tomato. So washing your produce or your vegetables and fruit before you eat them is super important to keeping healthy and keeping germs out of your body. Okay. So we have wear a coat, drink water, cover your cough, use a tissue, wash your hands. Here's our picture and here's our verb. And then wash our produce, wash our fruit and our vegetables. Excellent. Okay. So ways to keep us healthy. Now I have a couple of other words here I'm going to introduce to you that will help you figure out what you should do when. Okay, we call these preposition words. They actually tell us time, when something happens or when something's going to happen. So we want to make sure that we're letting people, if we're giving them advice, we're giving them good advice about when to do something, right? Okay, so here are our prepositional phrases. I want you to say them with me. After. Good. Next one. Before. Excellent. And the last one is when. Okay, and we'll talk about this word because we use this a lot in English. So again, after. Good. Before. Perfect. And when. Nice job. So we're going to use these prepositional phrases to tell us tell us time when it comes to doing giving people advice about what they should do to keep clean, okay, or stay healthy. So I'm going to go to the first sentence up here because it's at the very top, and I think we can just work our way down. If you're giving somebody advice and it's super chilly outside, we want to say to somebody in a very nice way, wear a jacket. A jacket. Could we say coat? You're right, we could say that. Wear a jacket. So I'm going to find the word jacket. Jacket. Wear a jacket. When? Oh, our first prepositional word comes into play. So this tells us that we need to wear a jacket when it's cold. Would we wear a jacket when it's hot? Yeah, right, no. Okay, so we're going to wear a jacket when it's cold. Good. Nice. Okay, and I need a little tiny word that will help us. And I'm going to write, it's just one word. Wear a jacket. I'm going to add that in here. Wear a jacket. A jacket is the letter A. Okay. And I'm going to put this right here. So that makes our sentence super complete, right? So read this sentence along with me. Are you ready? Okay. Wear a jacket when it's cold. So if somebody says, I need some advice about how I can keep from getting sick, you could say, well, one thing you could do is wear a jacket when it's cold. Nice job. Okay. The next one is drink. Okay, so we know that to stay healthy and to keep from getting sick, we should drink water. When should we drink water? Yeah, when it's hot. So I'm going to take our adjective hot. Good. And I'm going to move this down. Drink water when it's hot. Okay. Could we say when it's hot outside? Okay. Could we say drink water when you exercise? Absolutely. Nice. Okay. Let's read this one together. Okay. Drink water when it's hot. Very nice. Good job. Okay. We are ready to move on to sentence number 3. You guys are doing amazing. Okay. This one is super important and one we're asking people to do right now. You might see a lot of people wearing things over their face when they go outside or go into a store to go shopping. Okay, and what they're doing is they're covering their mouth or their nose to protect them from either getting germs or for giving germs to other people. Okay, it's called a face mask. So say that word. Nice, face mask. Good job. So that helps us cover our nose and mouth. But if we don't have a face mask, we can use our elbow. We can use our shirt. Okay? We try not to use our hands because if we cough and sneeze on our hands and then we touch something, we are sharing our germs with somebody else, right? Yeah, and we don't want to do that. So we want to cover our mouth and our nose, and we want to use a tissue, okay? So when we do this, we say we cover your mouth when you sneeze, okay? Cover your mouth. Oh, did you already see that I need a word in here? Cover your mouth. I know Miss Jenny has that word. Yep. Here we go. Cover your mouth when you sneeze. Okay. Good. So let's read this sentence together. Cover your mouth when you sneeze. Nice job, readers. Wow, very good. That's very good advice to give somebody, covering their mouth, okay? One way that you could cover your mouth and your sneeze is to use a tissue. Repeat. Very nice. Use a tissue when you cough is a great sentence. You could also say use an elbow, right, when you cough. Okay, so let's try this sentence together. Ready? Use a tissue. Nice. When you cough. We could also switch these two around right here. And we could say, use a tissue when you sneeze. That's really good advice to give to somebody. And if you don't have a tissue, remember you can use your shirt covering your nose and your mouth, or you can use your elbow. You can sneeze away from somebody. We just don't want to sneeze on somebody, right? Right. Ew, that's kind of gross. Yeah. So, yeah, covering with a tissue, yeah, is great. Nice job. Okay. So these last two are super important and one we have to remember, especially when we start returning to school. We are going to use these prepositions before and after instead of when. And I think you'll really see how these work after I use them in the sentence. And you can tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong, okay? First one is we're going to wash our hands, or we're going to ask you to wash your hands. Should we say after after we play outside? No, I don't wash. We could wash after, but it's more important to say, well, you know what? I really think it's important to wash your hands after. Maybe after isn't the right word. Maybe I need before. Before, you have a how about this one? How about this one? Before you eat. This is starting to make more sense to me now. Okay. When you think about school, this is something we could definitely work into our schedule for the year. And you could give some advice to Mrs. Darnall or to your teacher about what we should do before we eat. So let's see how this sentence works, okay? Wash your hands before you eat. Does that make sense? Yeah, and it's a really good advice for somebody, right? Wash your hands before you eat. I love it. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we can do this one. Should we wash our hands before we use the bathroom or after we use the bathroom? If you said after, you're right. Yeah, after. So we're going to switch our preposition before. I'm going to put that one down here. And I am going to be on this line right here. I'm going to say that we should wash, or you should wash your hands after you use the bathroom. Let's see if we can get these all to fit on here. Wash your hands after you use, this is such good advice for somebody, after you use the bathroom. Okay, let's try that sentence and read it together. Wash your hands after you use the bathroom. Nice job, you guys. Okay, let's talk about fruit and vegetables and making sure we wash them. Sometimes people go to the grocery store and they buy fruits and vegetables, and then after some time they bring them home, but they don't always wash them. And it just might be like a little rinse with some soap and water just to clean up, because people do touch them in the grocery store but don't take them. So you want to make sure the things that you're bringing into your house are clean, right? So we're going to say wash fruit and vegetables, or we could just say wash fruit. Should we say after you eat them? No, that'd be silly. You can't do that. They're in your tummy. So we've got to say before you eat them. Okay, so we're going to say before you eat them. Oh, I love this sentence. Okay, so wash fruit before you eat them. Good, let's try that with me. Wash fruit before you eat them. I could change out fruit to say vegetables. Excellent. Wash vegetables before you eat them. Nice job. And then I could be really smart and I could stretch my sentence either way by using the word and. Good. I could say wash vegetables and fruit before you eat them. That's a good stretched sentence with some nice nouns, and I've got my prepositional time phrase before you eat them. Okay, so I think we've done some really good sentences and had some really good opportunities to give people advice about what they should do if they don't want to share germs with others, and we don't want to do that. Okay, so things that we're going to do: we're going to wear a jacket when it's cold. Yeah, drink water when you're thirsty. Use a tissue when you sneeze. Wash your hands after the bathroom. Nice. Healthy living. Stay healthy. Keep safe. Chenoweth Cougars, it is always fun to be with you. Here is your homework for the lesson today. You need to either say or write, I like the writing part, 2 sentences or 2 phrases that give advice to somebody about how to stay healthy and not get sick. You can give advice to somebody by telling them that in a nice way that you should wash your hands or just wash your hands before you eat. You can tell somebody to wash their hands after they use the bathroom. You can give advice to somebody by saying you can or use a tissue when you sneeze. Use a tissue when you cough, to drink water, to be healthy, and to wear a jacket when it's cold outside. It's important that when you give this advice that you tell them your goal is to keep you safe. And here is one way we don't spread germs, right? We don't spread germs by giving them to others, right? We keep them, we keep our germs to ourselves, and covering our cough and keeping our hands clean and our food clean is one way we can do that, right? You are going to be amazing at giving great advice about how to stay healthy, especially in the time that we're in right now. We miss you. We are so grateful to have even these video times with you. Please do your homework. 2 sentences or 2 phrases about how to stay healthy and keep germs from spreading, and we'll see you next week. One more time for the sound off. Ready? Wear a jacket when it's cold. Wash your hands before you eat. Use a tissue when you sneeze. Drink water when you're thirsty. Stay safe. Stay clean. Healthy living. See you next week.